Hi everybody, I'm Danielle Jameson and welcome to my channel. Basically, I'm going to be telling you guys the story of when I got pulled over at school and told off for wearing too much makeup in secondary school. This has kind of been a very controversial issue, and my school were quite strict with things like makeup and hair colour and the uniform. But makeup is a thing that I really do believe that shouldn't really be picked on. Makeup is one of the things where I think just let people wear however much makeup they want, because mainly at that age people are exploring and discovering themselves. The time when this story takes place, I was in my final year of secondary school, so I was about 16. I was definitely still exploring and trying to discover myself, and there's nothing wrong with that. This was a normal school day. I got up, I did my hair and I did my makeup. Thinking back on it now and how much makeup I did wear, I probably did wear too much. But again, that goes back to the whole point of you're trying to discover who you are. It also kind of links in with other issues as well, to do with anxiety and confidence problems. I wore a lot of makeup because I felt like I needed to cover up a lot of my skin because I have terrible skin. I have scars from acne. I struggled a lot with acne. Mainly on my face and my back when I was younger as well, and I still do suffer with quite a bad case of acne too. And I just was not confident in parading round school wearing barely any makeup. So I walked up to school and I arrived at the school gates, and something immediately felt different. There was just a group of tutors and teachers watching all of the pupils as they walked into the school gates. And I'm not talking one or two, I'm talking about 6 or 7 staff members crowding around the school gates watching pupils walk in. I was just about to make it through the school gates and I was with a group of my friends. I had like a small group of about 3-4 friends, and that was it. Of all of my friends, I was the one who always wore the most makeup. So they all were allowed to walk off past the school gates into the school, and this tutor stopped me, and it was one of the tutors that I really did not like. All I remember is that I really despised her because she came across like a snooty bitch. So she stopped me and she said, "You're gonna have to take some of that makeup off because you're wearing far too much." And I was like, but this is how I've always worn my makeup. I'd worn my makeup like this for months and months and months, and nobody had previously questioned anything at the school. So I kind of decided to argue with her a little bit, which is probably not my best decision in life, but like I said, this was never a problem before, so why should it be a problem now? And I'm in my last year at school. I have a couple of months left and then I'm leaving anyway, so what's the point in picking up on little tiny details like this? And we were like having a bit of an argument. I'm usually a very quiet, shy person. Well, I definitely was back then. I was kind of getting worried because I would have to take my makeup off, or some of it off, and reveal some of my skin. To be fair, I was wearing quite a bright pink coloured lipstick that day, I remember, and it was one of those lipsticks like the pens. I don't know if you guys have seen them around, but it's kind of pretty much like a thick kind of felt tip pen in a way, and it pretty much stains your lips, so it's good to stay on for the entire day. Once you put it on, it's really hard to get it off. And she said, "That lipstick's got to go. Your mascara is, you've put so much on that it's clumping your eyelashes." And I was like, really? You're gonna pick at me for wearing a lot of mascara? And to be quite honest, that was one coat of mascara I put on my face that day. It was not a ridiculously large amount of mascara that I put on. I never used to put on a lot of mascara. The end of this argument was that I would have to go away and see. She was kind of like the leader of the school, but she really wasn't. She paraded around like she was the leader about everything and everyone. She was a really strict woman. Went off to a separate room and you saw her, and when I arrived in this room, the staff members have pulled over a shit ton of girls, and they were all crowding around in the library, taking off their makeup with makeup wipes. And I could not believe my eyes. There were not just a small group of girls here, there were a lot of us. The kind of boss lady She came over to me and she was like, right, that lipstick's got to go, your mascara is ridiculous, and you've got to take off a bit of that eyeshadow too. And I was like, this is my life. I am covering up spots here, acne. At first I was just taking a little bit off, and then she was like, you're gonna have to scrub harder than that. I scrubbed most of it off. I couldn't really get my lipstick off, but everything else was taken off. I wasn't completely barefaced, I still had a bit of foundation on and stuff. If you knew me when I was at school, you would know that I was really quiet, I never got into trouble, I never did anything wrong. So this was the first time in all of my years of being at school that I was kind of really being punished, and I just couldn't believe that it was because of something so small compared to like some of the stuff that other children would get told off for. But she said, right, you can leave now. So I remember walking out of the room feeling completely bare. I was so self-conscious about it, and I just did not want everyone to see. And I actually went through that entire day of school completely feeling very ashamed and upset. I felt as if everyone was looking at me and everyone was laughing at me. They probably weren't, but I genuinely felt like people were laughing at me for my terrible skin. And to be honest, I had half pieces of makeup on all over my skin. It was like a dot of makeup here, 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 and I looked horrific. Like, you may as well have just let me keep my makeup on because I just looked even worse. Why? Why? And even then, that was not the first time I got pulled over for wearing too much makeup. The second time I actually got pulled over about it, I actually was wearing half as much makeup as I was the first time. So they were kind of really being very strict and very picky about something that I personally believe shouldn't be picked on. Some schools have really strange policies. Like another one of the strange policies at my school was you had to wear either a black or a white bobble. You could not wear a funky coloured bobble with stuff coming off it or anything like that. It had to be plain and it had to be black or white. That's, I think, when things go too far. I know that you want everyone to look very smart, and I'm 100% behind that, but there's certain things that you're just going too far on, you know? So I'm really happy I left that school when I did. So if you've got any crazy school stories, feel free to comment them in the comment section of this video down below. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, make sure you give it a good old thumbs up. The best way to keep in touch with everything that I do is to, of course, subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next video. See you later.